fino al centro del mondo. Tutto quello che ho, in mezzo a tutto questo bel casino, è un motivo per sentirmi vivo, è un motivo per sentirmi vivo. Tutto quello che ho, il sangue che mi arriva dritto al cuore, l'ossigeno che spinge a respirare, e una ragione grande come il mare, come il mare.
Viva Las Vegas! It's Chaos Anthony on the front row with Spiker alongside him. All common lines with third from Lamfong and P4. And after that is TV Kieran Mox Adelaide with Nicholas Palomino in 7th from TV Pondville Levels in 8th. As well as with 9th for an Anchor run for the top half of the grid. Then after that we have Signboy and Q from Newman Nunez Garcia and Christine Bentley. After that it is for Sion Vasquez Hart with K-Ball P17 from Vita Rouse and Championship leader Dominic Verdell with Porter Cream at the back. Massive opportunity here for Palomino and for Lamfong with the Verdell starting in 19th. This is not good for his championship, but for Fong and Palomino this is good. As we go green in Vegas. And it's a very short run down into the first corner. Andalay still in the lead this race. He's managed to keep that lead perfectly fine. And that is great for him as the driver's being a little bit cautious throughout this first corner. It's Verdell up into 18th place now, as he begins his recovery drive to try and get up into the lead of this race. I mean, that'll be a bit of a stretch, but it is certainly possible knowing the chaos of WEC. So yeah, let's just see what goes on as the driver's heading down this straight. Deverdell alongside Matthew Hart there, who is still yet to finish a race this season. MLO doesn't count because them results are void. Yeah, Matthew Hart just here trying to actually finish a race. As old contact there, and that is Newman Nunez Garcia, I think, who's had a crash. UK Ball's out, Garcia's out, Enoch Hughes out. Both Power Motorsports and one Peugeot out straight away. Deverdell up in a P14. That's great for him. 5 places already gained in this race. And that's not good for Palomino and for Lamfong. Lamfong, though, in a great place to lead the championship. Though, because as it stands, he will take that lead, I think. So yeah, Lamfong needs to try and get some more places made up. Otherwise, Benedetto is going to start to get to him, and Palomino too. As we go green once more in the streets of Vegas, and David Sekiera approaching Fong quickly. Can he catch up to Fong, pass him on this straight? I don't think he will. However, Sekiera's going to look to that move, possibly just try to threaten him as Adelaide make contact with Villalobos. Now they somehow don't properly crash or anything. As we go on board the Toyota, who's currently P7, heading on to lap 2 of this race. There go the Alpine in P6 with his teammate Mr. Bob in P8. He's just getting closer and closer to Villalobos, just not close enough to get a move done. Palomino in P9 here will try to get I can't even talk. He'll be trying to get ahead of them 2 Alpines and his teammate, as Mr. Bob trying to get ahead of Villalobos gets defended on. So no overtakes are made there, which is a bit of a surprise to me personally. As Mr. Bob now under threat from Palomino, who looked to be going on the inside. He switched over to the outside lane, as Ironcrow can soon get involved in this fight due to the fighting that's going on ahead. It's slowing these drivers down, as now Palomino alongside Mr. Bob and ahead of Mr. Bob. Deverdell also down to 15th place as he's lost that place. Not good considering it's Matthew Hart who has a 5-second time penalty. And on this main straight, I don't think Palomino's going to hold this place for long, because Mr. Bob is very quick down the straight and he could pull over for a move at any time. Andalay fastest in that middle sector, and he'll be looking to also set the fast lap of the race as well with it. As Mr. Bob could go for a move. He can send it. And is he going to do it? Yes, he is! And it's contact with Palomino, who somehow catches the car. Wow, wow, wow. Impressive stuff there from the Spaniard to somehow catch that very sharp drift. He's Tokyo drifted here in Vegas. Yeah, Vegas really does bring a lot of interesting action as Oinkro and Villalobos both peel into the pit lane. at the end of lap 2. That's Villalobos on the softs and Iron Crow. I'm going to say mediums, that's just a complete guess. As it's hard. It's hard on for Iron Crow. To end out now in the 13th place. Still stuck behind Matthew Hart. This is a net 15th though. So yeah, he's going to get some places made up here as Matthew Hart on the inside line will hold P13, placing his car in just the right space. It's unable to capitalise off of that. And that is very bad for him at the moment. As Bentley also very close to Hart. These two so close to each other. But more importantly, out in front is Chaos Adley feeling the pressure now from Spiker, who is right on the back of him, down the Vegas Strip. And Spiker just needs to find this room using his battery and the DRS system. He's now going to move up here into the lead. Spiker leads the 25% of Vegas as Chaos Adley loses first position. He had such a big lead, and that lead is now just gone. On Carmona making very good gains on Chaos Adley in them corners. And I suspect Adley is coming into the pit lane. So here we go, heading to the final corner. Carmona's going to take second place, I think. As there's contact there, neither of them into the pit lane. Spiker comes in, Lamfong also in. DVSecura stayed out. Yeah, a very risky move from Olga Carmona to go up into first place there. Wow. Palomino staying out despite the damage to his car, which is obviously going to impact him. I think he's not going to be happy about that one. So the rest of the team, Lamfong is on fresh hard tyres. Hard tyres, you hope that'll get them to the end of the race, but we'll have to see if they actually do get them to the end. I mean, I have some doubt, but you know, they could still get the end. As getting in there, Villalobos getting closer to Palomino. As somehow no contact made there. McCream though getting very wobbly there indeed. As Lamfong gets a 5 second time only for contact with McCream. And that's just showing his aggression is a little too high right now. As he made that contact, which could really impact him in this championship fight. Villalobos, I'm sure, will try to hold up Lamfong as he's pushing him to the edge. Lamfong doesn't back out though. We know he's a determined driver, as here we go, side by side the two drivers go, and Lamfong is forced to back out as Villalobos holds P9 in his chase for Dolly Benedetto. He needs a good pit strategy though if he wants to win this race. He needs to hope the guys at the front also bottle as well. And now DVSecura is closing in on Chaos Adley. His tyres are gone. These tyres, the soft ones, can only go 4 laps at maximum as he's into the pit lane. As you can see by that little light flashing on the back of his car, it indicated that he was going into the pit. Mr. Bond following him, Palomino staying out, surprisingly. He's going long, possibly hoping to make this race be a one-stop strategy. The one-stop is possible. So yeah, let's just hope for these guys that it works. I'd love to see Palomino get into the championship fight as well as Lamfong, so this is going to be an interesting race. As Villalobos continues the defence. This is great teamwork by Toyota. Villalobos holding up Lamfong over these laps. And Palomino will happily gain a bit of an advantage off of this as Spiker gets a 5 second time penalty. Lamfong's going to have a little look here around the outside. And is he going to get the move done finally? And by the contact, it is out! Oh no! Villalobos and Lamfong have came together. And I can't really tell who's at fault there, so I'd have to re-watch to see who's at fault. Lamfong though has a penalty from before. Villalobos though has just got one, so it looks like it could be his fault. His car though is in absolute ruins right now. He's lucky to still be in this race. De Benedetto though down in last place. This is awful for him. It's P15, yes, but it's also last place, and that's very bad. Matthew Hart though currently still in this race, which is a big surprise. We're approaching the halfway point pretty quickly. Yeah, Vegas is actually a pretty short race when you think about it. It is Olga Carmona, DVSecura, and Palomino, your top 3 at the moment. However, they are all yet to pit still. Not a single one of these guys at the top have actually done a pit stop yet. So, yeah. This could be interesting as Spiker now up into 3rd place. Palomino down to 4th. On that virtual safety car restart as Carmona comes into the pit lane for force racing, as well as DVSecura. I think that might be a bit of a hold up there for Olga Carmona. So she won't be too happy about that. Davey Secchiero, though, now in P3. Let's see where he'll be out of the pits. Same thing for Carmona, as Chaos Adley goes on the hunt for Spiker to try and reclaim the race lead. Yes, Spiker does have that penalty there. We'll just have to see what happens now, as Palomino leaving the pit lane, but he's in a very bad position at the moment. And this is very bad for his championship fight. Palomino now out in 15th place. He's dead last at the moment. That's not good. Meanwhile, to Benedetto in 14th place, 1 place ahead of Palomino, as DRS opened there for Theo trying to get past Matthew Hart, but he's just a big roadblock at the moment. He's found some room here on the outside. Hart shuts him off aggressively, as Villarreal's gets a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. I don't know what Hart's doing here. Like, he's fighting for a place that's just not even that important to him. His championship fight was over ages ago, and he's fighting guys who are in the championship fight. Palomino there, now up into 13th place, getting past Matthew Hart almost. Pulls for Cream and Matthew Hart now alongside each other, as Palomino wants to get involved. But if he's too aggressive, it could easily end his championship fight. And he finally gets ahead of Matthew Hart, who's just going to be a sitting duck on the straight, I think. Like, he's got damage to his car, he's got barely any battery. Palomino flying straight by up into 11th place. This is great for him, as now he's there in 11th, and Matthew Hart and Paul Cream continue to hold guys up behind. And now we go on the outside line. Theo aggressively moving through into 13th. Benedetto playing it safe, which is a very weird choice considering his rivals are ahead of him. Villalobos and Sideboy both come into the pits, and this now means Palomino is promoted up into the points taking position, now up into 9th place. This is amazing for his championship. It really is. And heading into Bahrain, he could just get closer to Benedetto in this race in terms of the championship points. Benedetto in P12 at the moment, still quite a distance away from the points taking positions. Fastest in sector 1, it's Olga Carmona. Benedetto is going to send it on the inside of Theo. There's contact and both of them are out, I think. Yes, they are. And the championship leader has collided with one of his championship rivals' teammates. Double Ferrari DNF. It's our double Peugeot DNF as well. Double Helmut for DNF, as discussed earlier. 3 teams have lost all their drivers now. And it's Spiker still leading the way. Chaos Adley is still in 2nd place. The penalty for Spiker is going to impact him. He might lose the win because of this penalty. We'll just have to see what happens with his pit strategy and stuff. Carmona, Adley, and Spiker should all stay out to the end in theory, as we go racing once more in Vegas. And yeah, Palomino now is the big driver to be looking out for. He can score some very good championship points over De Benedetto and Lamfong this race. Ones that could be extremely important in the championship fight come the end of Bahrain. So we are currently watching Palomino, as we're just going to quickly flick over to Chaos Adley, because he's now right behind Spiker in the Aston Martin. These 2 drivers are very good drivers. One's in the F1 championship fight, the other one's also in the F1 championship fight. In fact, Adley and Spiker are currently tied on points in F1 at the top of the standings, and they're currently fighting for the win in Vegas at the moment here in WEC, as Adley on the inside. That could have been serious contact there with Spiker, but luckily it was not. But that could have been some serious contact, as I said. Carmona, don't forget about her, because she's also in the fight for this race win. For Force Racing, getting very close to Chaos Adley, as Palomino's out. Palomino's out. Kristen Bentley's also out of the race as well. So the championship contenders are just all out of the race then. Well, I guess this does open up the doors for those who are lower in the championship, and I don't even know who they are. Like, I know the top 3 in the championship being De Benedetto, Fong, and then Palomino. But further down, I don't really know what it is, so yeah. We're probably looking at a 3-way title fight into the last race, but could be wrong. Could be like a 4-way fight or a 5-way fight. Who knows? But anyways, now Chaos Adley are on board with him. He wants to get this race win. Carmona also wants to get this race win, and she can easily go for a move here, as Spiker's held up Adley. She tries to box Adley in, but she backs out of it, not wanting to risk the win, I guess, because Force Racing are already struggling. as Spiker leads from Chaos Andale and Olga Carmona at the moment. As Olga Carmona on the inside here at the last corner, just minimizing the amount of length that she needs to do to the first corner. As she goes on the inside here of Chaos Andale, almost contact between the two. Now Dave Kiera involved in this fight as well. All that fighting has allowed Kiera to catch up and in fact get ahead here of Carmona momentarily. He backs out though, and now Carmona back into third place. Andale still chasing after Spiker. It doesn't matter if Spiker holds on to this place though, that fasting penalty is going to drop him down to 4th as it stands. As Andale on the inside just completely takes out Spiker. What the hell? He just took Spiker out and drove away. This throws Carmona up into a net race first, Kiera into a net race second. I don't know what the hell that was. And now Matthew Hart is going to leave the pit lane in P10, I think. There is Paul's green. Yep, it is P10 for Matthew Hart. As we're going to go green again in Vegas once more. On Carmona in the net race lead, looking to finally bring a win that will stand after the race. As out goes Villalobos and Spiker, the pair of them are both out of this race. So it's just Villalobos, Spiker is already out. I'm really confused because like the two of them were like right next to each other on the leaderboard, both saying RET for retired. Yeah, I got pretty confused there. But anyways, virtual safety car is on the track right now. Well, it's not actually on the track, but it's ending. The VSC is coming in, and Carmona can go chase after that race lead once more. Same thing for David Kiera. These two are they're the ones in the fight for this race, where Chaos Andale is not even in the fight. Unless his strategy is to take people out, I don't know how Andale is going to possibly win this race. He took out Spiker, and yeah, that's just ruined his chance of winning. As now Carmona approaching Andale quickly into the final corner of the racetrack. Round the final corner and into the pits comes Chaos Andale. It's now Davey Kiera and Carmona battling it out for victory in Vegas. I don't know what I was saying now, I was excited to see something else, but as we focus back onto the fight, as Davey Kiera has fell out of a second there, and will he still get DRS? He doesn't. He does not get the DRS. And this is very good for Carmona, who can hold on to this lead for longer. Kiera, though, needs a very good next part of this lap. He needs to be aggressive here to catch up to Carmona and get past her. It's looking like a good set of corners for Kiera. But also a good one for Carmona as well at the same time, but that's allowing her to pull away from the Ford. Now, looking further back, we've got Iron Crow here in 5th at the moment. Currently looking at a net race 6th because of his penalty. Chaos Andale will be charging to try and get past some more people. Honestly, would it be worth him staying out instead? Probably would have been. As David said, Kiera, I think will... Yeah, it looks like he's just missed the DRS again. Yeah, he's just missed it. But he is within a second now with a good entrance to the Las Vegas Strip. So now he can very much catch up to Carmona. So yeah, let's see what goes on as we enter the final 2 laps of this race in Vegas. Who will take victory? Will it be Carmona? Will it be David Kiera? Or will it be someone else? Could be, as Iron Crow now finally caught up to Sammy Boy. So heading into the final corner, this should be an overtake for Iron Crow. As Sammy Boy he's not even coming in the pits or anything. They're just side by side throughout the last corner. He's been held up a lot, and now Chaos Andale on the attack. Down the inside, I think, yep, into the first corner. They're bumping wheels right now, and Iron Crow stays ahead. Dave Kiera this time has got the DRS, and that's going to really assist him now, as he aims to get closer and closer to the Force Racing. Cyberboy in 4th position, miles away from Max Adelaide, who is currently closing in on the top 2 drivers in this race. Will he be able to challenge for the lead or even P2? No, I don't think so. He needs a miracle to win this race to need Carmona and Kiera to try and take each other out. And I don't think that's going to be happening. Matthew Hart, though, currently on the verge of finishing his first legitimate race this season. As heading down the strip it's looking good for Car Motor right now. I don't think Sergio is in the DRS range. And he crossed that line there. Oh wait, no, he's got it. Sergio has got it. And he heads down the strip, getting closer and closer to his rival in this race. But yeah, he has got the DRS there, as Marcus Adelaide now in third place, right behind Sergio. Never mind, he will be challenging for P2. And if he can get ahead quick enough, the win is possible for the Alpine. Heading on to the last lap of this race, Adelaide and Sergio side by side. And this is it, a three-way battle for the win in Vegas. Car has the advantage. Sergio and Adelaide still fighting it out to try and decide second place. And this fighting is costing both of them a lot right now. Their chances of winning is pretty much ruined because of this. And yes, this is looking good for Sergio, who could be taking P2. Never mind, he's been overtaken. Marcus Adelaide up into second place. It's been an incredible final stint for him. And he's getting closer and closer to Olga Carmona. He seems to be a lot quicker through these corners. Because trust me, worn hard tyres get you absolutely nowhere in these races. And yes, there's one soft on Adelaide, but it's better than having worn hards. So yeah, the race still isn't over yet. Marcus Adelaide can still compete for the win here. And heading on to the Vegas Strip for one final time, he is right there. Both of these guys have run out of battery, and Marcus Adelaide is using his DRS. He's going to go for the move, and Marcus Adelaide leads the Vegas with 25% of Vegas. And now, with an incredible final stint, and pushing a lot, from P3 on lap 11 to P1 on lap 12, Marcus Adelaide will take the 25% of Vegas victory. Marcus Adelaide wins with Alpine here in WEC. Carmona will come out for P2. That was in control for so long, but just lost it at the end. Chaos Adelaide comes home for P4. Somehow not getting the fast lap there. As Oinkro comes over P5. Alves and Matthew Hart very close. Hart finishing in P6 in the end of it. Cyborg finishes in P8 with Porter Cream with a full car puncture. He'll be ending things off in P9. But yeah, we've set ourselves up for an incredible title fight in the final round of the season. None of the championship contenders even scored today. Of the 35% race coming up next in Bahrain, things are going to be very spicy and very intense for the final round of the season. Also, please purchase something off UKB Sports Shop. It's greatly appreciated, and it will help out the channel. And there you go, everyone. Your podium of Marcus Adelaide being your winner on Carmona in P2, and it was David Sergio in P3. Carmona and Sergio will be pretty embarrassed after that race, I guess. Both of them fighting for the win. They fought a little too hard. Marcus Adelaide capitalised off it and took the win. P3 P1 the last lap. Yeah, I wouldn't complain about that. After that, Marcus Adelaide, your race winner. So let's listen to it, the Brazilian national anthem. So go Adelaide, Carmona, Sergio your podium today. After that, it was Chaos Adelaide and Matthew Hart, who finally finished the race this season. After that, it was Fighter Alves, Iron Crow with Signboy and Porter Cream ending it off. As you can see, your retirees there, Spiker all the way down to UK Ball. And with that, 25% of Vegas is over. We'll see you next time for a grand slam finish in the 35% Bahrain, when the last race of the APX WEC series comes online. Have a good day.